this is amazing. You really need to include South Georgia when you go to Antarctica. It's really a wildlife paradise. We spent 2 days to sail across the Scotia Sea to South Georgia. On the days we are sailing, they are organized lectures. So it will be about 3 to 4 lectures each day about penguins, whales, geology of the Antarctica. Very educational. And of course, in between the lectures, you can go back to your cabin to rest or hang out at the lounge and look out for the wildlife.
Good morning. Good morning. A new day has come on board the G expedition, and it's time to wake up. And the temperature is of 6 degrees Celsius. Breakfast will be served in half an hour at 7 o'clock. We plan to drop our zodiacs around 8:15 and start our morning operation shortly after.
It's South Georgia Day! Wow! 哇，真美啊！我想到 landscape.
Wow! Oh my god, I can see the penguin on the shore. Cooper Bay is our first stop at South Georgia, and we saw the macaroni penguins. They have yellow feathers on their heads, looking like a badass. We also saw the leopard seal, which is known to eat penguins and seals. Honestly, I have no idea why this first seal has the guts to be so near. We are at Lith Harbour right now, and behind me there is some glacier. This is the place we are going and have a landing. On the shore is the colonies of king penguins. There's so many of them that, wow, it just gives me goosebumps by looking at them. Most penguins will shed and grow new waterproof feathers once a year. This process is called molting. It usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks, and they will not eat during this period because they cannot go to the sea without their waterproof attire. This is a super energy consuming process, and they are often very angsty. Best to leave them alone. Who knows you can hike in South Georgia? So we are hiking from Falkland Bay to Stromness, the whaling station that says Shackleton. So behind me is where our ship was.
So it will be roughly 15 per group. So we got the guides. You can go.
哪里都有 surprises 呀！
来到这边也不容易，
你要跑很久。
Although this is an optional hike, as you can see, many of us sign up for it. It is not difficult. If you have hiking sticks, bring it along. They are good for your knees when you're on the slope. We knew that we will warm up pretty fast from the walking, so we didn't wear our heavy parka. The key word here is layering. Only wear 2 layers, and you can take it off when it gets too hot. After 1.5 hours hiking, we can now see Stromness. It's there, the bay. So we should be able to reach there in about an hour plus. Yeah, so we are on track. The sun is still out there. There's a bit of wind, so it's very comfortable for hiking. Yeah, and there's still some snow mountain here. Yeah, so it's good. We have finished the hike and we are at Stromness Bay. So this is the old whaling station. There are some king penguins in front, elephant seals and plenty of fur seals and the babies. It's good. So some of the passengers did not do the 6-kilometer trek from Fortuna Bay to here. So instead, they come over here from Stromness and trek 2.5 kilometers to the Shackleton Fall, which we have seen already earlier on. So I guess we'll wait for them to come back here and then board the ship. Stromness is one of the 7 whaling stations in South Georgia, and in total, they have killed about 1.6 million whales. They were hunted for their oil, which can be used for fuel, soap, and even beauty products. But you'll be happy to know that these whaling stations are now home to wildlife, including the once endangered fur seals. Fur seal pups are born in November and December, so when we were there, we saw lots of babies, and we call this the wading pool as it is away from the ocean, protecting these pups from the orcas and leopard seals. We are at Lith Harbour of South Georgia. Behind me is another old whaling station. So this is just a couple of minutes away from Stromness. Usually old whaling stations are not open for visiting because nobody maintains it, so there are danger of structure falling and there is asbestos as well. Only Grytviken is open for visiting because they have maintained it. So what we'll do here is zodiac cruising for about 45 minutes. Hopefully the wildlife sightings will be good. In the past, in the early 19th, there are so many whales out here that the whalers do not need to go out to the open sea to hunt for a whale. But right now at South Georgia, I haven't seen a single whale. So it's pretty sad how much the population has fallen. A good thing is we see Antarctica fur seal here. So one of the expedition team members shared that when he was working here, he didn't see anything because before whaling, they're sailing. They kill the seals, then they move on to whales. So one of the reasons why the fur seal have made a comeback is because the whales and the fur seal, they both feed on krill. So when there are no longer whales in this area, there are plenty of food for the fur seal. So their population has come back up, which is good. Hopefully, we can see a whale soon. We are on Grytviken Island. This is like the capital of South Georgia. Here there is Shackleton grave. We just pay him a visit. You can see plenty of wildlife. So on the way to the grave, there are elephant seals lying along the pathway. So we really have to be very careful and not to agitate them. They are really huge. But when I see their big eyes, they are still so adorable.
His achievements that have gone down in Antarctic and maritime history. I would just like to say toast to the boss. Thank you very much.
Jade might take one for us.
Oh yeah.
Definitely will. You want my autograph? Hang on, it's going. I'm going to get in there and get
There is also a museum here and learn about the history of this place. So there will be a tour in about 30 minutes time. There is also a gift shop and a church.
It was established by a man called Carl Anton Larsen. Now he was a Norwegian whaler, first working up in the North Waters. But whale stocks at that time were becoming severely depleted. So he came down south in 1902 with the Swedish Antarctic expedition and found a huge number of whales in South Georgia waters. So of course he sensed an opportunity. He founded his own company, and in his first whaling season with just one whaling ship, they caught 183 whales, a huge number, which made a massive amount of profit. And of course, the station expanded as a result.
So this pot over here used to hold 2 ships, and each ship can carry or drag 14 whales back to here each time. So over the course of this whaling station, which is from 1904 to 1964, over 60 years, 175,000 whales have been killed. It's crazy. So this is not the only whaling station, but I believe this is the biggest. In total, there are 6 whaling stations in South Georgia, and the biggest whale was killed here. You see the signboard behind me, and all the way to that tent over there, that's the size of a blue whale. It measured 34.1 meter. For whale to be that kind of size, it is estimated to be about 80 to 90 years old, and it still holds the record of the biggest whale that ever caught by mankind. So once the whales are dragged up to here, 2 people will flank with a sharp knife. So once they do it, they will throw it into this boiler to extract the oil. So yeah, sounds really depressing. I'm glad that the whaling stations have to stop, and the whaling population are slowly going back. The humpback is doing well, but maybe not the blue whale.
Today, the waters of the Antarctic are protected by international agreement, and South Georgia itself has a 200-mile marine conservation zone around it, meaning that our waters are also protected. Visitors like you mean that our charity and the South Georgia government can continue to monitor whale numbers in our waters, and hopefully one day we will see a return to those pre-whaling levels. So thank you for visiting our island, thank you for coming on the tour, and thank you for listening, guys. Thank you very much.
Well, that's how moms call for dinner. This is a leucistic fur seal. You can also call them blondie. To us, they look special and unique. But in reality, these white fur seals seldom survive to adulthood because they are easily spotted in sea. Therefore, chances of them getting killed is much higher than their black fur friends. Well, not sure if you can hear the sound of the Antarctica fur seal. So the baby will make one kind of noise. The mother will make another kind of noise, and of course the male will be more like, you know, fierce one. I will try to see if I can capture their sound for you. Actually, it's quite noisy here. We have been trying to see them for the last few days, and today I finally get to see them. They are so cute. So I'm going to do a victory dance. Yeah!